Hello, I'm Andrea from the Creative Dream Incubator, and this is Creative Dream TV. This is part one of a three-part series, how to stay creative, zen, and connected to your dreams throughout the holidays. This is a super important thing. Holidays come and everything gets very busy, and there's so much happening, and there are so many expectations on you, and it feels like you have all these obligations and all these things you have to do, and that you don't have time or energy or money for your dreams or for yourself or for your creativity. So we want to shift that and turn the holidays into an opportunity. So years ago when I was working in my day job, I really liked walking to work. It was about a 40-minute walk each way, and it was a really great way for me to clear my head and get some fresh air and exercise, and just like, I love walking. I love kind of being out in the world in that way. So I always loved walking to work. And I live in Winnipeg, and it can be brutally cold here in the winter time. And so when the winter came, it got harder to walk to work. And I had like a walking buddy. We didn't walk together. He lived in a different part of town, but he loved walking as much as I did, and we would talk about walking. We would talk about our walk to work. We would kind of maybe even keep each other on track a little bit for not kind of caving in and driving instead. So I was telling him that I was I was kind of struggling with the winter, and that the 40-minute walk had become 50 minutes because it's harder to walk on ice than not on ice, and then it was cold, and so I was kind of changing my route so that I could walk through malls and stuff so that I could stay warm. And I was just kind of annoyed and frustrated with the whole thing. He talked about walking on ice. His face lit up, literally like bing, like he was so excited, and he said, "I'm building my core strength." He said, "When I'm walking on ice, I am building my core strength." And I imagined him walking down the icy road with that big grin on his face, like thinking, wow, this is hard. It's harder to do this, but I am building core strength. I am becoming stronger just by walking on this ice, So it was like he found the real benefit in the experience and was grateful for it. And that's the kind of energy and perspective that we can bring to the holidays. The holidays make it harder to stay connected to your creative potential, to your creative magic, to your dreams, to your zen. And it's in learning to become more strongly rooted and connected to all of that when it's harder that helps you stay connected to it all the time. So it's totally like that. Walking on ice for creative dreams. You're going to build stronger creative dreaming muscles. The difference between people who make their dreams real and people who don't make their dreams real is that the people who make their dreams real stay connected to their dreams, and they keep working on it no matter what. They keep working on it when they don't know how. They keep working on it when they don't have time. They keep working on it when they don't have money. They keep working on it when they don't have energy. They find ways to stay connected and to stay on the path. And when you're creative, as you are, there is always a way. So as we use this time of year with its kind of hectic, crazy schedule, as we use this as an opportunity to learn how to be more committed and how to find a way to make time even when it's impossible, and how to find ways to just like work through all sorts of obstacles, you're strengthening all those muscles so that the whole rest of the year it becomes easier to stay on track, which means you can move forward with your dreams faster. So thank you, crazy holiday season. You are going to help us make our dreams real. We're going to start with being more creative. The three things we want to focus on are being more creative, more zen, and more connected to your dreams. So the first part is creative, and because that helps kind of root yourself in your own self. Your creative potential and your creative magic. This is all connected very much to your spirit, to your authenticity, to your purpose, to your ability to make things happen, your ability to create in your world. That's all really very much a part of your creativity. So the first part, what you need to do is make a stronger commitment to your creativity and explore what has to happen in order for you to stay with it. So this is about creating containers for your creative practice. So what would need to happen in order for you to spend 5 or 10 minutes a day doing your creative thing? And sometimes creative people around the holidays, we make all of our gifts, so we're creative in that way. But I'm talking about creativity for creativity's sake, because when you're making something, especially for someone else, it feels really good and it's a beautiful, delicious thing. But it also, when you're creating something and you want it to have it look a certain way or have it turn out a certain way, it's a totally different vibe than just being in your creativity for the sake of letting your creative energy flow. And that's the vibe that you want to be in. Just 5 to 10 minutes a day. Can you commit to that from now until the end of the year? And what is it that you need to help you create and maintain that commitment? There are tons of tips and tools and techniques, but what's going to work for you is what feels good and necessary for you. So if you just picture yourself making that time, 5 to 10 minutes a day, creative practice, what is it that you would need that would make that feel possible for you? Often we turn to, well, I could get up 5 or 10 minutes earlier and do it in the morning, and that's great, but what are you going to do? How are you going to change your routine so that you don't just hit the snooze button? Or so that you don't just get to your art room all tired and like, ugh, and just kind of like barely do something and not really be present with it? You know, like when I was working, what I would do was make my lunch the day before, get my clothes ready, be like super, super ready for work, and then go to bed early. That's really important. If you're like staying up later and getting up earlier, you're only burning yourself out. Like being really honest with yourself about what your capacity is and honoring it. And doing whatever you need to do to make this 5 or 10 minutes of space possible so that you're super present, super focused, and just able to really dive in and be with the magic of your creative process. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but this practice is what will start to root you into all of the best parts of who you are. It helps root you into your creativity, your spirituality, your purpose, your magic, your potential, your ability to make things happen. This is how it starts, just these tiny little bits of time spent playing with it. And then in the next part of the series, we will take that part and add the next part to it, about staying zen during the holidays, and then we can use the creative and the zen to help you stay connected to your dream during the holidays, so that even if you don't have time to actually keep working on it, you're still working on it. It's one of the creative magic secrets. So we will get to that in the next parts of the series. For now, create your commitment to your creative practice and explore what it is you need to have happen in order to make sure that you're going to be able to maintain that commitment. And I'll see you next week.